So we're out today providing safe consumption space. Just 20 yards round the corner there, the van's parked. We've got sterile conditions, clean, safe, providing a little bit of dignity. According to Keir Starmer yesterday, drug policy is just about right. This is what drug policy does. Human faeces, pigeon droppings everywhere, absolutely horrible conditions that people are injecting drugs in. That's where current policy is just now. 1 in 4 people are sitting in prison due to street level drug use, costing an absolute fortune to keep people in prison, to process people through the criminal justice system when it's clearly a health issue. I mean, we've got people walking back and forward down there, cars driving past. They probably aren't even aware that people are hiding in these corners, injecting into their groins in horrible, terrible conditions. Now, Keir Starmer really needs to think about what he's saying in terms of drug policy. Now, currently Scotland has the highest drug death rates in the EU, 15 times higher than the EU average. Across the UK, 16 people are currently dying from a preventable drug death. Does that sound like correct drug policy that we have in place currently within the UK? Thankfully, Scotland has declared that this is a health issue. It's not a criminal justice issue. We need to move it away from the criminal justice system. However, we've still got a lack of understanding when it comes to drug use, a lack of the underlying trauma and the conditions that are created to drive people into those conditions and into these rat-infested alleyways. And as long as people are continuing to get driven into these places, they're not going to get the help they need to overcome that underlying health problem and health issues. You know, and that's why I'm running for election, because I'm sick and tired of people like Keir Starmer and people like Boris Johnson running our country. You know, it's absolutely insane. Give them a little bit of time, sleeping rough on the streets, homelessness, some of the trauma that the people have faced, that people go through in order to get into the situations that they're in. I cannot believe that we've got 1 in 4 people sitting in the prison system. It's absolutely insane for street level drug use, costing a fortune to keep people in there, giving them and experiencing just more trauma. We need to think completely about what we're doing. That's the safe consumption van. Clean, sterile, welcoming, a bit of dignity, not any fear of bloodborne viruses or infections or hospital admissions, you know, less police and ambulance call-outs for overdoses in the area. We need to think about this severely in terms of what we're doing, and that's why, as I say, I'm running to be elected into the Scottish Parliament, because we've never had a representation in the Scottish Parliament for anybody who's suffered from homelessness, street level drug use, injecting drugs and severe mental health issues. I run to represent that community, but also the community of the people where I was raised. I was born, I was raised, and I currently live with my wife and my children. Things need to change, and they need to change drastically at all levels. Hopefully we'll if we see people today, they will come. That's the thing. People don't want to be in these alleyways. People want the help and support, but they're just not able to get it because of current drug policy, Mr. Starmer. And that's another reason that I'm not voting. I wouldn't vote for any political party right now, because there's not any real desire to change things, not just for people who are currently using drugs, but the future generations of people who are going to use drugs. It's absolutely insane. Our communities are being left to get devastated, you know, and the knock-on impact of the effect of the economic fallout of coronavirus is just going to make things even worse. We're creating the future generation. We need people, and we need to invest in people, not invest in a stupid war on people, which we've done for the last 50 years as the Misuse of Drugs Act is just about to celebrate its 50th anniversary. It's insane. I'm a little bit angry today, to be honest. You know, I grew up in a staunch Labour household, you know, where Labour were a party of the people. You know, my dad was a staunch Labour man during the miners' strikes and when the pits were all getting closed down, and now it feels like they've just completely abandoned the working class communities and the people that Labour represented in generations gone past. It's absolutely ridiculous.